Hi everyone, it's Tammy, owner of Worthyworthitpriceless, and today's podcast is titled Don't Let Anything Stop You. Before I get into the podcast, the lesson, and everything, I wanted to say thank you to everyone who's been listening to the podcast. I've been seeing all the stats all day, and the stats just keep going up. So I thank God. I thank you all for actually just pressing play and listening to the podcast and supporting. Thank you very much. So without further ado, this lesson somewhat comes from my little pumpkin, Yavea. When she was around, I believe like 1 year old, she has a favorite blanket. It's a blanket I had way years before I even had her. And I gave it to her one day, and it's been her security blanket ever since. And thank God that Joanne still has the fabric because it has been replaced more than once. But anyway, she used to go around the house and she would put the blanket over her face. As soon as she started walking, she started doing that. And me and her father, we would always take the blanket either off of her or tell her to stop, or basically stop her from basically walking around with the blanket over her face. So one day, she decides that she was tired of us telling her to stop walking with the blanket. So she goes all the way in the kitchen. Goes all the way in the kitchen to the door, and then she puts the blanket over her face and she walks towards us in the living room. And so we made sure, she didn't touch anything. But I was like, you know what, just let her do it, because she was so adamant about doing it. She was doing it over and over again. I was like, you know what, that's something for her to accomplish. So lo and behold, Vea made it all the way from the door and all the way into the living room without touching anything, without hitting anything. And once she got to us, she took the blanket off, I believe, and she was just so happy or whatever. But if we would have stopped her, she would have not accomplished that goal. That was a goal for her that she needed to accomplish. And sometimes people or we may think that we're doing the best thing by maybe stopping a situation or making fear basically stop us from doing something. But that may just be the one thing that we need to get to the next level. A lot of times, I know I've seen it through Will Smith or whatever. Was like basically your best life is on the other side of fear. So think about the thing that you're most afraid of right now. Your best life is on the other side of that, as long as it's not like, something detrimental. But for the most part, going after that new job, taking a risk that you never, taking a risk, making a change in your life, why not go for it? Don't let anything stop your goals or your dreams and that thing that you feel inside of you that you need to accomplish. It's something that you need to do to feel whole within yourself. It's so funny because we thought that we were possibly doing it in her best interest by taking the blanket off of her. Like we're stopping you from hurting yourself or harming yourself. Yes. But for her, that was an accomplishment. Even at 1 year old, she was not going to let anyone stop her. She was determined at 1 that she wasn't going to let anyone stand in the way of her dreams. And it's so funny because that's how she is now. Vea doesn't talk. She hasn't, it's not like she has a delay as far as talking. But that does not stop her. If she wants milk or anything like that, she'll take you right to the refrigerator. Or before I had the child safety locks on it, she would go right in the refrigerator and she would get the milk and she'll bring the milk right to you. Like, you know what I mean? She knows that she can't talk and you don't understand what she's saying, but that is not going to stop her from doing the things that she wants. The other morning, Vea woke up. It is so funny, but this story, Vea woke up at 3:30 in the morning. Yes, 3:30 in the morning. And she grabbed me by the hand and she was like, dance, dance. And she started shaking her hips. And I said, Vea, it is 3:30 in the morning. We will not be doing no dancing at 3:30 in the morning. You're going to go back to sleep. Okay? Vea grabs my hand and takes me into the kitchen, throws my hand up where the light is to turn on the lights, grabs my hand, takes me to the refrigerator, pushed my hand where the where the handle was. So I opened up the refrigerator. She grabbed the milk out of the refrigerator and looked like she was grabbing a jelly. I told her no, whatever. Then we closed the refrigerator. She takes me over to the counter where the bread was and threw my hand up where the bread was. She basically was telling me that she wanted a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So the thing about it is, if she won't let the whole point that she can't talk stop me from making or basically letting me know that she wants a peanut butter jelly sandwich at 3:30 in the morning, you can do the same thing. Don't let anything stop you. Don't let anyone tell you that you're not going to make it or have them put their fears on you. Regardless of what somebody doesn't want to accomplish, that has nothing to do with you. You know your ability, you know what you can do and what you can't do. And you know what God has put into your heart to do. Go do that. Be determined to be great. Be determined to be the best person that you could be. And be determined to be whatever God has put into your heart. And that you're going to go out there and you're going to be the best. Basically the best. Don't worry about competition. Don't worry about haters. Don't worry about anything that's standing in your way or what anyone else is going to think or say. Because once you actually make it, everyone is going to be right there and saying, oh, I know that you could always do it. And people is going to come out of the woodworks. Everybody's going to be your family member, and everybody's going to ask you for $1. So just so you know that, just know it now. But, but I mean, that's what happens. Everyone may not agree with what you're doing because they may not understand it. And everyone isn't going to understand because God didn't give them that gift. He gave it to you. He put that into your heart. So if you stop doing what is in your heart, then what happens? You're going to feel unfulfilled and unaccomplished. And I'm telling you that from experience. I tried to do things that was more glamorous. Like I've had a lot of things that I've tried. And for the most part, as far as career goes, and it wasn't for me. It wasn't for me. It was things that I'm talented in, I like actually doing, but it wasn't in my heart or something that I love to do. Doing podcasts is what I like to do. I like doing pillows. I like doing blogging, but I actually love helping people. So that's basically my life's work, and I know God has other things, but this is what I love to do the most. So that's the thing. And I suppressed it, and all the times that I've suppressed things that I love to do, it bothers me. It bothers me. It feels like I can't get it right or something like that until I get it out. And that's the same thing for you. If you don't know your passion, if you don't know what you need to do in life right now, ask God. Then also start out doing something that you love to do and keep going with it. And you never know. You may basically find a new avenue to do it or something else. And at the end of the day, God will guide you to where you have to go. I wasn't always doing a blog. I wasn't always doing a podcast. I was doing the blog first, and I also really wasn't doing videos. But for me actually giving myself to the blog, then the videos came, and then now the podcast. So at the end of the day, if I may have not did the blogging, then everything else wouldn't have fell into place. So, hey, you never know. Just, live your life, go on with the journey, and just ride the wave. Everything will work out for you. Don't worry about it. And once again, don't let anything stop you. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. Thank you for your support. And that's basically it. Until next time. I have a cold, so hey. But until next time, bye.